Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on. But did you know that you've played nearly 230 career senior games so far, 170 of which were out on loan, which is nearly 75%. 3/4 of all your games have been out on loan for another team.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
More clubs than Tiger Woods.
Yeah. We were talking on the way down, and we often talk about people's like loan journeys and stuff. But when you start really digging into yours, it's exactly what it's meant to do, because you experienced a bit of everything, haven't you? 2 cup final Wembley appearances with Shrewsbury, a promotion with Chef U, a mid-table finish with Chef U, and was that part of, you said, the plan?
Yeah, of course. Look, I remember when I was young, and I knew obviously David De Gea was the goalkeeper at Man United at the time, and he was the best goalkeeper in the world. So I knew that I was never going to go through the academy straight into the first team. I knew it just wasn't physically possible. And although people would have said to me at the time, "Oh yeah, stay here, you're doing really well, you'll get your opportunities," I just knew that there was a bigger picture. I needed to put the games, do the games, play well at different levels, obviously work my way up and sort of forge a career for myself, because I didn't want to get to 23, 24, have no CV, no games, and just fall by the wayside.
It's a bit like a step back to go kind of 2 steps forward, isn't it? So some of the teams you went out on loan to, Stockport County, Grimsby, Shrewsbury, obviously Sheffield United is probably the big one for me, then Nottingham Forest as well. A lot of English goalies have done a very similar thing as well. So the likes of Jordan Pickford, Nick Pope, I did it myself. Out on loan, playing first team football in front of an actual crowd where it really matters. And I know you're coming from a lovely academy and it's all great and you're playing sort of 21s football, but it's not the same, is it?
No, 100%. And I think you'll know yourself as well. I think it depends what level you go to. So I think too many young goalkeepers or players in general go too high too soon. And I think there's an ego thing with it as well. And I think for myself, it was like, I was ready to get my gloves dirty and go wherever. So I was a bit like, I remember went to Stockport and lads were like laughing, like, Conference North, you're better than that and that. But I went there, I was horrendous.
What, you mean the other Man United players?
Yeah, the other under-23s. And it was funny at the time, they were laughing at me going, "Oh, you got to Stockport." And I was like, well, yeah, because I'm going to have to go and prove that I'm better than there. And I actually went, I wasn't great. And I was thinking, oh no, like, luckily I got a League 2 move, but I had to sit on the bench for a period of time and work my way into the team.
What's the difference, Dean, with playing like 18s or 21s, like somewhere like United, where obviously it's really high standard and playing good teams? What's the on-pitch difference to them playing National League?
Oh, it's completely different. It's just a different game. It's a different sport. Like, I think for a goalkeeper as well, you're getting smashed. You're going up for aerial drills, you're getting absolutely smashed. And I loved it. I thought this is good, because obviously then you see progression and you get better and better as you're going. Whereas academy side of football, there's nothing really riding on it. I know, like, sometimes in buildings and that they'll make out as if there is. But obviously you go like your Stockport, your Grimsby's, your Shrewsbury's, and them lads need them win bonuses as well. So you've got that added pressure, and they're telling you as well, we need to win. So
listen, I said something a little bit controversial last year, I think maybe. I said, it was when I was on loan at Wrexham and I was playing in the National League, and I said, I honestly think it's harder playing in the National League than it is playing in the Premier League.
Premier League, 100%.
Thank you.
Without a doubt, as a goalkeeper, 100%.
You're getting smashed.
I stand by it.
It's so hard, isn't it?
I stand by it. And it's interesting because you look at some players in the Premier League, goalkeepers-wise, that would find it easier playing in the Premier League week in, week out. I'll probably use a David Raya in that scenario. Yeah. I've come up against David loads growing up and at League One at Shrewsbury and that. He actually found it harder, in my opinion, to play at that level than he does in the Premier League.
The physicality of it.
100%. He looks brilliant. He's come on leaps and bounds. He looks brilliant in Arsenal's team now. Fantastic. He's reaping the rewards. But that's just probably one example, maybe. As to what you said, so
there's plenty. It's true.
But there's so many that you could come up with. But that's just the one.
I remember we played Barnet away, right? And they've got a 6'7" striker. Yeah, every other player is 6'3" minimum, right? Minimum, and they're swinging corners, throw-ins, everything right on top of you. And I'm a 39-year-old man, and I'm thinking, no, I don't want this. This is horrible. Like, you come and get that first punch, though, or you get that first, and you go like, yeah. Come on, then, let's have it.
You're in the game.
Let's have it, yeah.
You had the chest cam on. And I remember watching back the footage going,
brutal,
busy
mate.
day that, mate.
Absolutely
busy
brutal.
day.
It's a constant threat on your goal as well.
Yeah.
Even though the cross is coming in and you think, oh, it's not going to come, they're constantly flying past your goal.
Is that a British goalkeeping thing where we like as a system, or maybe used to, we like our goalkeepers to be physical, to come off our line, take crosses?
Yeah, I think it is. I think you brought up that way, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think you brought up. You've got to get in the mixer and give it your best shot.
That's why I think it's so important. So your loan experience has been so important of showing you that side of football, so that when you do get to the higher levels, you've obviously got the other side of it as well, the quickness, the sharpness, the reflex saves as well. And when you couple it all together, boom, you've got a goalie that might go and do a bit here. Yeah. Do you remember your league debut? Do you remember that first game and the pressure that you felt?
The league debut, I remember I was at Grimsby and it was actually Boxing Day against Accrington Stanley.
Classic.
Glamour.
Classic.
At Blundell Park in Grimsby, it was freezing. And I remember I got in the car with my mum and dad and that, and we were buzzing, like, because obviously my mum's side of the family are from Grimsby as well, so it's a big thing that I was making my league debut for Grimsby at the time. And I just remember it was windy as hell. First half, easy, kicking the ball, it was going miles. Second half, I was up against the wind. I couldn't get out my own half. But it's just things that you just stick with you. Yeah. And we won 2-0. Got a clean sheet. I was delighted, over the moon, and then the confidence builds, and then you just go game by game. It was fantastic.
Is there a thing that happens in a game? We're gonna crack up. We're gonna talk about Sheffield United in a minute, because that loan spell was so beneficial for you. Is there a thing that happens in a game for you personally that sets your game off perfectly? So if you come and take a cross, for example, in the first couple of minutes, are you thinking this is gonna be a good day today?
Yeah, I think I would say warm-ups, but then sometimes, like in warm-ups, you have your best games when you have a terrible warm-up. Yeah. It's so strange. But I think, a nice early touch, either a save, a cross, or a nice kick, find your man, and I think then you just know you're in the game. Just but I like a nice save. If I get an early save, I'm in the game.
Just contact with the ball, hands on the ball, whether it's a parry or a catch or something.
Is there anything you do pre-match, like after you warm up, any little things? So I remember Neil Cutler said, Ben, he was always amazed that Ben would come in after the warm-up and have a cup of tea and a biscuit. Is there any little routines or rituals that you may have?
Sometimes brush my teeth.
Before the game?
But if it's a big game, and just sometimes maybe just brush my teeth just because it's normality, and it just brings you back down to like just feeling real. And
hold on. You've got to explain this a bit more. I can't leave you.
Do you know what?
There.
I took that off David. David does it all the time.
So he's
You'd
done the
see him
warm-up.
just chilling, like brushing his teeth. And
is that because it's that minty, fresh taste, and it kind of wakens you a bit?
I don't know what it was.
It's a relaxing thing,
I
surely.
actually don't know whether it was just to chill out, and he was so relaxed and he could perform. Yeah. So he could make saves, and I think this guy, like, he'd warm up half-assed, but like chilled out, not really bothered about his warm-up. And then I think, he's not ready today, and he'd pull off a save, and you're like, how the hell have you done that?
Where did that come from?
And it must have been because he was brushing his teeth.
It's that Colgate smile, isn't it?
It's mad, isn't it?
It's wicked.
So it's just a little trait I picked up. And
I guess it's something just, like you said, like a bit of normality. It's just a
real
normal
life
thing to do, isn't it?
Take away the pressure that's on the game or anything, whatever it is. You just start brushing your teeth and you come back to the present moment of brushing your teeth. It sounds weird.
No, it doesn't. There's a lot to be said about that.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.